We continue now at the top of Daf Kuf Aleph Amud Aleph in Mesechet Yevamos. This is Yevamos Daf 101a. The Mishnah said, Hayushneim Kohanim v'chulu. The case over here was the person doesn't know who his father is. He knows that his father is one of two Kohanim. And so the Mishnah said if he hits or curses one of these individuals, so he's not going to be chayav for hitting or cursing his father, because again, he's not really sure if this really is his father or not. And the Gemara says, Tanu Rabban, and the rabbis taught, Hikozev v'chozer v'hikozev. What if the guy goes and hits one of them, and then he hits the other one? So then we know for sure that he hit his father. Or Kilel zev v'chozer v'kilel zev. Let's say he curses one of them, and then he goes and curses the other one. Or Kilel shneim b'vas achas. Or let's say he curses both of them at once. Or Hiko shneim b'vas achas. Or let's say he hits both of them at once. So chayiv. So in these situations, he's going to be chayiv because you know for sure that he hit or he cursed his father. Rabbi Yehuda says, b'vas achas chayiv. If he does it in one shot, so then he's chayiv. But if he does it one after the other, so then potter he's going to be potter. Gemara says, Vatanya, but didn't we learn in a brisa? Rabbi Yehuda says, potter b'vas achas, that even if he does it in one shot, he's going to be potter. That contradicts what we just quoted from Rabbi Yehuda, that b'vas achas is chayiv. And so the Gemara answers, Trei Tanoi aliba de Rabbi Yehuda. There are two Tanoim in terms of what Rabbi Yehuda holds. In other words, there's a machlokas Tanoim. What is Rabbi Yehuda's opinion in a situation of b'vas achas? And the Gemara continues, my time of demand to potter. So what's the reason of the one who says potter? In other words, if we know for sure that he did it to his father, so why should it be potter? And so the Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Chanina says, Nemar bracha lamata v'nemar bracha lamala. It says the word bracha lamata, meaning to say it says the word bracha when it talks about cursing one's father, and then it also uses that term when it talks about cursing God. Mala mala shein b'shutfas, just like the reference to God, there is no partnership, there's only one God. So af lamata, so too when it comes to the situation of the father, shein b'shutfas, it has to be that there's no partnership. It can't be a situation where you can't identify one of two individuals as the father. V'izkish hakol l'klala, and furthermore, there's a comparison between hitting and between cursing. So the same halacha that applies to cursing applies to hakah as well. Again, we're going to say that if it's a situation of shutfas, the person is not going to be chayiv. And Rashi over here explains b'vas achas. Again, Rabbi Yehuda, in the first version of Rabbi Yehuda, he makes a distinction between bas achas and zachar zeh shechavtan b'makel b'hako achas. Again, he hits him with a stick in one hitting. So chayiv, then he's chayiv according to Rabbi Yehuda. Why? Devasroaz vada hisrabo, because there was a certain warning. The warning was you can't hit both of these individuals because one of them is certainly your father. Altaka shneim shebemakazu ata mischayiv. Don't hit them both with this makkah because then you're going to be chayiv. However, b'zachar zeh potter. However, Rabbi Yehuda makes a distinction and says zachar zeh potter deiko shtei hasros, because there's actually two separate warnings. V'chol chada have a hasra suffix, and each warning is a hasra suffix. It's only a warning of a doubt because we can't say for certain that this is his father. Well, the Tanakama now, according to the Tanakama, hasra suffix shma hasra. Hasra suffix is considered to be hasra, and therefore holam iman of shachaver, since for sure we know that he transgressed, and therefore that's why, according to the Tanakama, the individual is going to be chayiv. And Rashi continues, my time of demand to potter. What's the reason of the one who says potter b'bas achas havada hasroi? Why would you ever say potter in a case of bas achas? There you certainly have a legitimate warning. Why should he be potter? And so again, the Gemara says lamata ba'av v'imo, by the father and mother, it talks about cursing, and lamala klape malaki kalalalokav, it talks about cursing God also. So then we say again, just like by God there's no shutfis, so too over here it can't be a situation of shutfis. And then furthermore, iskish hakol l'klola, hitting is compared to cursing, but parshas veil hamishpatim samchan ha'inyan and mishpatim. So the two things are next to each other. Elisha pasuk echad mafsik beineim. There's just one pasuk in between them. V'ikol amandar da'amar hekeshu be'elohein anachnak, and there is a mandar that says that in such a situation we're allowed to make a hekesh. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Mishnah said, Viola b'mishmaro v'chulu. It said that this individual who doesn't know who his father is, but he knows that it's one of two Kohanim, so he should serve in the Beis HaMikdash at the mishmor of each one. And so the Gemara says, but if he's not taking a portion of the karbonos, so lama ola, so why is he going up? Why is he serving? Why is he doing avod in the Beis HaMikdash? And so the Gemara says, lama ola, what do you mean, why is he going up in the Beis HaMikdash? Ha'amar bo'ina d'niyavin mitzvah. Isn't he saying, I want to do the mitzvah, even though he's not getting a portion, he wants to serve in the Beis HaMikdash in order to do the mitzvah. And so the Gemara says, no, what we mean is as follows. Ela ola lo katani. It doesn't say he went up on his own. Ela ola bal karchu. It says the word ola, which implies that we force him to work in the Beis HaMikdash. So why should we force him? If he's not getting a portion, why are we forcing him? And the Gemara answers, Amar Rav Acha bar Chanina, Amar Abaye, Amar Rabbi Yasi, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rav Acha bar Chanina says the name of Abaye in the name of Rabbi Yasi, in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Mishum Pegam Mishpacha. The reason is because of the Pegam Mishpacha. In other words, if he's not going to go up and serve in the Beis HaMikdash, So people are going to say that there's something wrong with this family of Kohanim. That's why he's not serving. So therefore, we can force him to serve in the Beis HaMikdash in order that the mishpacha does not lose its name. And Rashi over here explains, Mishum Pagam Shtei Mishpacha Sheboshen Olav Sheyomru B'nei Adam Pasul Le'avoda. Again, the family is going to be embarrassed if he doesn't serve. It looks like they have someone in the family who's Pasul Le'avoda. Uvnei Mishmars Yichon Lachufa, they can force him. V'lomar Lahol V'yomer Malecha Shatami Mishpacha Shalanu. Since people are saying you are from our family, Avod B'mishmar Shalanu, you need to serve in our Mishmar. Shalo Yomru B'nei Adam Shalo Rucha Ovid B'mishmar Acher Pasul U'Zev B'mishmar Shalacher. We don't want people to see that you're not serving, and then they're going to say there's a psul over here. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Mishnah said, "V'im hayu shneim b'mishmar v'chulu." It said, if both of the Kohanim who might be his father, if they're both in the same mishmar, so then in such a situation he gets to take a portion. He does get a portion because he's certainly serving in the proper mishmar. The Gemara says, 1 second. Ma'ishna shnei mishmaros. What's the difference if they're from two different mishmars? The lo, he's not allowed to take a portion. Why? The azalaha mishmaru ma'adchule. Because he goes to this mishmar and they push him off. They say you're really part of the other one. V'azalaha mishmar. Then he goes to the other one, u'ma'adchule, and they also push him off. In other words, each one claims he doesn't get a portion, so he can't take. So mishmar echonami. So when it comes to one mishmar as well, let's say they're both from the same mishmar, but still azal lahai beisav umadchule. It's the same thing. He's going to go to the beisav because a mishmar itself is divided up every day of the week. There's a different beisav, so each beisav can say to him, "You're not really part of our family. You don't get the portion." And so the Gemara says, "Amar Rapapa says Hachi Kamer." This is what it means to say, "Em hayushneim mishmar echad ubeis av echad." If both of the fathers are from the same mishmar and they're also from the same beisav, then notel echad, notel chelik echad, then he could take one portion. Hadron aloch nosen al hanusa. This is the conclusion of the 11th parak of Mesechet Yevamos. If you're enjoying these videos and this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can take a look at the description box below to see how you can support this channel. And we will now begin the 12th parak of Mesechet Yevamos. And the Mishnah says, mitzvahs chalitza b'shlosha dayanim. The mitzvah of chalitza is to be done in front of 3 judges. Va'afilu shloshtan hadyotos. And this is even true if the 3 judges are laymen. Chalza b'minol chalitzasa ksheira. If she does the chalitza with a shoe, then the chalitza is kosher. When we say with a shoe, what we mean to say is a shoe that is made out of soft leather. Rashi over here says, minol shel or rachu ke'en shalanu. It's soft leather like our shoes. Chalitza ksheira, that's going to be ksheira, but it's not good l'chatchila. Ke'en mefarish l'kaman, that's going to be explained later on. Bi'anpilya, now if it's anpilya, which is also a soft shoe, but it's made out of cloth, chalitzasa psula, that's going to be pasul. B'sandal sheyesh lo akev kosher, if it's done with a sandal which has a heel, and again a sandal is going to be hard leather, that's going to be kosher. V'she'ein lo akev pasul, but if it doesn't have the heel, so then it's pasul. Min ha'arkuva ulamata, let's say the yavam, so he's an amputee, but his leg is amputated only from below the knee, so chalitza ksheira, so then that's still going to be a kosher chalitza. Min ha'arkuva lamala, but if he's an amputee above the knee, chalitza psula, then the chalitza is going to be pasul. Cholza besandal she'in shalo, if the chalitza is done with a sandal that's not his, o besandal shaletz, or let's say it's a wooden sandal, o beshel smol biyamin, or let's say it is a sandal for the left foot, but it's being worn on the right foot. In all of those cases, chalitza kasher, that's going to be a kosher chalitza. Cholza begadol shu yachol halach bo, if she does the chalitza with a large sandal, but he still is able to walk in it, o bekatan shu chofes rov raglo, or let's say it's a small one, but it still covers the majority of his foot, chalitza kasher, in this case as well, the chalitza is going to be kosher. And the Gemara says, umayachar da'afilu shlosha hadyotos, now if it's true that even 3 laymen can be the judges by a chalitza, so dayanin lamali, so why does it say dayanin in the Mishnah? Why does it say judges? And so the Gemara answers, Hakamash malon de ba'inon b'shlosha sheyodim lahakros ke'in dayanim. It comes to teach us that the 3 people who are acting as judges, they need to be able to dictate the psukim. They're going to be dictating psukim that the yavam is going to say, so that in that way, they need to be similar to judges. The point is, they cannot be completely illiterate. And the Gemara continues, Tanina lahad tanu rabban, and our Mishnah is saying the same thing as the following brayso, mitzvahs chalitza b'shlosha sheyodin lahakros ke'in dayanim. The mitzvah of chalitza is you have to have 3 people who know how to dictate, just like dayanim. Rabbi Yehuda says, b'chamisha, it has to be 5 people. It's not enough to have 3 people. The Gemara says, my time of the Tanakama. What's the reason of the Tanakama that you need 3 judges by chalitza? The Tanya, as we learned in a brayso, zikenim shnayim. It uses the word zikenim, and zikenim implies plural that there are 2 of them. Ve'ein bezdin shakal, but you can never have a bezdin with an even number of judges. So mosifan alein od echad. So therefore we add 1 more. Harei kan shlosha. Therefore you have to have 3 judges. For Rabbi Yehuda says no, there are actually two psukim over here. One, it says ziknei shnayim. It says the word ziknei, that implies two people. Zikenim shnayim, it also uses the word zikenim, that implies two people. So therefore you have four. V'yein bezdin shakal, but you can't have an even number on a bezdin, so mosifin alei and od echad, so we have to add one more. Harei kanhei, so therefore we have five according to Rabbi Yehuda. And the Gemara continues with Tanakama. Now, according to the Tanakama, hay ziknei my avidle. What do they do with the word ziknei? The Gemara says, mi boile l'rabuya afilu shlosha hadyotos. They use the word ziknei to include, even if it's 3 laymen, it doesn't actually have to be 3 judges. For Rabbi Yehuda hadyotos menole. Now, according to Rabbi Yehuda, how does Rabbi Yehuda know that hadyotos? How does Rabbi Yehuda know that it's a layman? And so the Gemara says, nafkalei mi le'enei. He learns that out from le'enei. It says le'enei hazikenim. To Amar Mar, because the master said le'enei prat l'sumim. It says the word le'enei means to say to exclude sumim, to exclude the blind. Umidit starich le'enei lemutei sumim. Now, if the word le'enei is needed to exclude blind people, so shma mino, you see from this da'afilu hadyotos, that we must be dealing even with hadyotos, even with laymen, because if it was real judges, they're not allowed to be blind anyway. Because if you think we need an actual Sanhedrin, so lamali lemutei sumin, what do we need a pasuk to exclude blind people? Midatani Rav Yosef nafka, we should learn it out from that which Rav Yosef taught, that by the Sanhedrin they're not allowed to be sumin. Tatani Rav Yosef, because Rav Yosef taught keshem shebezdin menukim and betzedek, just like when it comes to bezdin they have to be clean in terms of justice. So kach bezdin menukim mikol mum, so too when it comes to bezdin they have to be clean from all mumim, from all blemishes. And we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Kuf Aleph Amud Beis.